Your anxiety disorder does not allow you to distinguish between a bad day and a good day, and as a result, the days run into each other. What we need to do is plan, make sure everyone knows about it, and we need to make sure there are new things to do in order to track it. My name is Nick Tabor, I'm a personal trainer, and I talk about this stuff because I've lived through it. I get a lot of clients that ask me about this, especially with everything going on right now. How do you keep it all together? You've had an anxiety problem all your life. What do you do? What's going on? How do you do it, my man? What's your strategy? Here we go. Okay, so, hey, everything that's going on right now in the news, that lovely CV word, that giant C word that's on TV at this point, that's shutting down bars, that's shutting down restaurants. We can't even leave our house at this point. And the news is like this. It's just like, and it comes by and it's like, everything is awful. Everything is terrible. And you know what? It gets me. It's getting me. It got me today at the time of recording this. I sat there, I looked through the news, and all of a sudden I am paralyzed. And I hadn't felt this weird since 9/11. I haven't felt like we've had this biggest issue of a country since I was 17 years old. And a better part of 2 decades have crept back up on me. And yeah, it's been a bad day, guys. It's been a really bad day. And, I got this question. I thought about it. What can I do? How can I help these people? What can we do to say, you know what? I might as well give my playbook. Let me walk through what happened today. Okay. So when I wake up, my dad calls me, and of course, everybody's like scavenging for toilet paper. And he says, hey, there's a supermarket down at the end of my street. He lives in Rhode Island. I live in Massachusetts. It's actually not very far. It's an easy drive. And he says, there's a whole bunch there. So, are you guys good? I asked Kaz, I'm like, hey, are we okay? And she's like, we could use a couple rolls, but I think we're alright. I'm like, I might as well take the trip, So I go in, I get that, but everybody's grabbing it. Everybody's panic buying. I get these people who are asking for first responders. You got people who are taking cash at the register with gloves on and then wondering, not getting too close to us. And stuff that's just weird. And we get on the news, we get on social media, we get on our smartphones and we're just like, I'm just holding a case, by the way, but we're just like, we get on there and we look at it and everything is that C word and you're just seeing the C word all on there and you're like, what do I do? This could be the end. And of course we get the governments now stepping in and we're like, what do we do? What can we do? It's out of our control. Like, what is there? What is possible? And you know what? It got me. And I'm like, whew. But the people who have anxiety 24/7, and this include myself on a light level with this. I get it. This was me. I have battled this all my life. I have battled some issues with it, and there was a point in time when I was 13 years old, I want to say, and my dad sat me down and I had so much anxiety. The upper part, my gastral tract, which is the upper part of your stomach, blew up to the size of my chest and I had so much stress. And he's like, you're going to end up with an ulcer by the time you're 15 if you don't get this cleared up, dude. You got to fix something up. And what I did was I started working on a few things, and I said, yeah, you know what, Dad, you're right, I have to do it. And psychology has always, always, always fascinated me all my life. And I dug up a process, and we're going to get into that right now. What can we do? How can we get this? Because these are things you need to do on a bad day. On a good day with anxiety, it could be like, oh wow, I'm kind of nervous about going over there and going to grab some food. All right, let's just go anyway. But a bad day when you're sitting on the couch and you just can't get off your phone and you're like, yeah, I got to do something. All right, so step number 1, journal it. Journal your days when it is bad, especially when it's bad. What you're going to do is you're going to notice that you're going to have a pattern in place. Why those anxieties happen. You want to be as detailed as possible, because the next bad day that's going to happen, especially if you're anxious on a natural level, not anxious like a chihuahua, but anxious like a cat, where it's just like, okay, you're not all the time nervous, but you're just, okay, a little on edge today. But you want to write down what triggered you, what was the situation, what happened, and write it all down. And physically write it. Like I have a notebook actually right here. This is where I usually do ideas for videos and stuff, but I haven't really done this in a while, but this is not the notebook, but I have another notebook that I do that for. Specifically for that, and that's okay, what happened when it was really bad. And then the next time, write it down again. Write all your details of what happened, like whether you're sitting in, there's not many of these anymore, but if you're sitting at a food court in a mall, if you're sitting at a restaurant, and somebody says something, now, you can also use an app on your phone if that's something that you want to do, but be detailed about it. But go back and give time to review it. With anxiety, what I feel is there's going to be depressing times, where it's like, oh, what did I do? What was me? What happened, right? You're going to need to look at that and go, okay, did this ever happen before? What was the trigger? And then what you're going to see is you're going to see that you can reverse that. Going, yeah, that does kind of trigger me. Because it leads to step 2. Let all your loved ones know what is happening. What can do that? I talk with my wife about this, and even today I was just going through all these things, and she's going through a project that she needed help with. I'm like, I can't. Right now, all this pandemonium and all this is weighing on me. I need time, and I just can't do it today. I'm mentally maxed out. Okay, and then share all that information because they can help you go through that. Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to blame them for it, or just I can't today. You don't want to scream like that, but just let them know, hey, here's where I am at this given moment. Here's what I am seeing. Here's why I'm feeling this way. They'll get it, they'll understand, and it's, there might be anxiety in that given moment, but, journal it, write it down, and then work your way through it together. It helps to have a partner in this situation, trust me. Everybody has a tribe, you have 3 to 5 people you can trust with everything in the world, or, at least 3, maximum 5, that you could talk to, but there's that one person in that tribe that you trust, and, you just go through everything with them. Step number 3, plan new events. Plan some things. Now, this was one that will probably be the hardest, but if you know where you're having a good day, or if you're having, or even if you're having a bad day in general, do new things, that may be a little scary, but do different things day to day that just going to do something different just to switch it up. And what we want to do is not just okay, you go out and go to dinner or go on a date on Friday nights, and you might go to that same restaurant after a while. Maybe you go to a different restaurant, I don't know, or maybe something different where maybe it's not just going out to eat. Maybe you go out and you make some food and you go out dancing or whatever you're going to do. And with a good anxiety day, this is where, you have that partner that's with you, or you go do something different just for yourself, or maybe you walk to work instead of taking a car that day. different things let the body know that things are okay and things are better. So, I mean, that's how you can distinguish things. And you make more days that have good anxiety, you make more days good, and then less that's bad, the better you're able to handle those bad days because you get more excited on trying different stuff. And the better it's going to be. And therefore, you will distinguish the bad days and the good days, and you'll manage that anxiety and you'll go down. And trust me, that is the total playbook of Nick Tabor. There it is, folks. There you are. Besides with other things like making sure that you don't have news on 24/7. And other things that are realistic. That's where we all stand. There's the playbook, right? I got a lot of things on this channel. Every week there's 5 videos Monday through Friday. I'd like you to check it out. You can hit subscribe if you'd like to, but I'd like you to also check out this next video, which is right here. Go take a look at that. I will see you there, and as always, we climb.